My presentation is on Victorian Spiritualism. Next, I'm going to start with the definition of spiritualism: a system of belief or religious practice based on supposed communication with spirits of the dead, especially through mediums. I picked a few mediums that I thought were most influential during this time. First is Daniel Douglas Home. He was born March 20th, 1833 in Curry, United Kingdom, and died June 23rd in 1866. He was a spiritual medium, and he talked with the dead and was also known for levitation. One of his first visions was at the age of 13 when one of his schoolmates had died and appeared to him on a white cloud. His second vision announced the death of his mother down to the hour that she would die. His aunt believed that he was possessed by the devil, and many leaders converted to spiritualism because of Daniel. Lord Dunham and Sir David Brewster attended one of his seances and sat with him, and Daniel impressed them both and was very excited about impressing both of the influential leaders. Next is Anna Kingsford. She was born September 16th, 1846 in Essex, England, and died February 22nd, 1888. She was a spiritual medium, an animal activist, and a feminist. She was married to a Catholic man and practiced Catholicism, and she often claimed to be visited by Mary Magdalene. She was introduced to spiritualism through a fellow campaigner for the Married Women's Property Act. She experienced mystic visions and dreams, and a friend, Edward Maitland, interpreted and transcribed her visions. She then went on to pursue a medical degree, and because she was very interested in vegetarianism, and this took a toll on her, and she got very sick and died. She was an unseen influence on the women's spirituality movement and was a feminist and feminism. I picked Anna Kingsford for this too because a lot of the mediums were women, because they say that women were better connected to the spirit world than men were. So that is why I picked Anna for this. So next I'm going to be talking about what are seances. Seances come from the idea that life was not over once a person died. And spiritualists actually believe that these spirits would be waiting for someone to contact them. Table tapping, table tipping, and spirit boards were often used in seances, and so was automatic writing. For table rapping, the medium would be in a trance-like state and would often ask the spirits yes or no questions, and the spirits would respond by knocking at the bottom of the table. 1 knock means yes, and 2 knocks means no. For the table tipping, everyone in the room would have their hands on the table like in the picture, and it was a very light table that was mostly on polished floor, so it would move. And the medium would tell them to focus on contacting spirits and to not move at all. And they say that this would trigger unconscious muscle movements in the people, so that they would move without knowing that they were moving, and they would think it was spirits when they were really the ones that were moving the board themselves. Involuntary. This was also the same with spirit boards, like the Ouija board, like the piece that moves. Like it would be them moving the piece, and they wouldn't know it, and they would think it was spirits because the movements were involuntary. A lot of these seances also led to fraud, which I will be talking about at the end. This is a pamphlet on table moving, and I think what's in the pamphlet is it demonstrates what happens when a table moves, and just kind of what people need to know about table moving and what it means. Next, I'm going to talk about the views on spiritualism. The Fox sisters had a big influence on the spiritualism movement because they grew a lot of interest and attention to it, and because they had claimed to contact a man who lived in their house that was murdered, and this started making seances and spiritualism more popular. This was also during a time when people were questioning their existence and the afterlife and what happened in the afterlife, and they wanted to know more about it. And I also think that this kind of helped people cope with losing a loved one, knowing that they could contact them if they wanted to in the afterlife. People were supportive at the beginning because a lot of, even the people who were frauds, like they would be putting on like spectacular ghost shows, and then like all this started to decline and started to lose a lot of support because the people who were tricking the people out of their money, they started getting more lazy with their shows and just weren't putting as much effort into them. And a lot of the mediums, for example, the Davenport brothers, used spirit cabinets to trick people into thinking that they were seeing spirits. And John Neville Maskelyne was inspired by the Davenport brothers and started his own career by using the spirit cabinet. He made his own with the help of George Alfred Cook, and they would put on shows and make people believe that they were seeing spirits. And another thing that they would do is a lot of seances would be carried out in total darkness or almost total darkness. And there would be secret compartments in the chairs. So the backs of the chairs were better stuffed than the rest of the chair. And they would have certain things in them. There was flashlights. There would be flashlights. So these would make spirit lights. So the medium would pull on the string and the lights would start flashing. So then people would think that they were spirits contacting them. Thank you. Here's my sources.